don't care. Get out of here, man.
You don't care?
No, I don't care.
You know who the fuck I am?
I don't care. Get out of here, man.
You don't care?
No, I don't care. Get out of here.
The turtle train.
All right, whatever.
What, are you here for a night of
Let me get a precept. This is about the Bible here. If you don't have any questions regarding the Bible, get down the street.
What the fuck Bible, man? I'm from the turtle
train. This is Joe 9:24. Joe
9:24 what? You know who the fuck you're talking to? That's my turtle train.
Okay.
Okay? I'm fucking native.
Okay.
And you're gonna come fucking talk to me and you're gonna tell me to fucking step, nigga? Who the fuck are you, nigga?
Okay, so let me read you something.
Who the fuck are you, nigga?
Let me read something to you.
Yeah? Go ahead, fucking read.
Let me read something to you.
Because you're gonna fucking preach, nigga?
Let me read to you.
And then you're gonna fucking talk to me?
Let me read to you.
Who the fuck are you?
First of all, you gotta calm down.
I gotta calm down, but you're one calling me a fucking imposter.
Yeah.
You're here fucking protesting
I am.
my fucking clan. Yeah. But you're here protesting my clan.
If you were here.
And then you want to fucking talk to me about disrespect. Shut your fucking mouth.
If you were here.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm reading about the tribe of the Native Americans.
You think this is a fucking joke?
You're drunk. I'm not.
Drunk?
522 division.
I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm a fucking gangster.
Okay. Okay.
And you're here fucking talking about fucking naval, tribal fucking things?
You see this? This is live.
I don't give a fuck.
You see this? This is how it is. This is how it is for us when we come out here. Hey, this reminds me of Victoria and Dundas.
Oh, for you, right? You're a fucking black man. You're talking about my fucking people?
But we're brothers. If you are a Gadite, we are actually brothers, and this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I come to you and I ask you.
You're not listening.
Shut up.
No, I don't have to. I'm trying to teach you.
You don't need to shut up?
Yo, bro. Get the cock back your hammer and bust your face. Bitch ass. Yo, bitch ass. Get the fuck up. Get the fuck up. Get the fuck up. You know who you're talking to? I'm fucking crazy. You don't know me. Now you're leaking. You should have been speaking. Now you're fucking leaking. Bitch ass. Bitch ass. Don't ever come up here and disrespect my shit. Now you're all leaking. Get what happened to you.
Shalom, shalom. First off, we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Wakakadash, Yahweh being the true name for Heavenly Father, Yahushai being the name for His only begotten Son, who the world eagerly calls God, and Jesus Christ. One of the double honors to our apostles, double honors to our elders, a great millstone, that taught us truth and will well, and citations to you, hopefully, like person's truth and honesty, sincerity. This is Brother Yahweh Coach, you know, listen to the spirit power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And this lesson is going into, response to this incident that happened with a brother that was out prophesying, and I can't remember exactly where he's was prophesying at, but it was overseas, or I think it might have been in Canada or something like that. And if I'm not mistaken, this brother was a former member of Great Millstone, which is why he's out by himself. According to what I found out, what the brother's been posting on the comment board, one of the elders had mentioned it. Okay, but nonetheless, he's still out there laboring, pushing and doing the work. And when you're doing the will of the Heavenly Father, He is pleased, and and He has a divine intervention and power over you, watching you, keeping you safe when you're out here doing His word, man. Okay, and this message is to go let you know that, hey, look, we're not no fucking choir boys, man. Okay? And you people can find out the hard way, that the men out there laboring are usually mighty men. Okay? And the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai will always prevail. Scripture says, no weapon formed against thee shall prosper. And this man straight up, grabbed his weapon.
You see this? This is how it is. This is how it is.
You think this is
okay, so you see that? And this is a spiritual warfare, man, and our weapons are not carnal. So this brother was not out there with any firearms on him. Only firearm he had was them hands, man, and he put them to great use. Okay, disarmed this dude, beat him with it, I'm pretty sure, from the sound. And took it from him, and he was completely justified in taking that dude's life. Now a lot of you might say, well, why didn't he just kill him? You should have put him down, put him away. But the spirit is always gonna tell brothers how to move in that certain situation. Unless you're in that situation, you can't really speak on it exactly, you know, how you would do it, because the spirit had it to where he didn't off the dude. Why is it? Because, you know, dealing with these Edomites, they're not in trouble as other men. Neither are they plagued as other men. You know, when you're standing out here for the Lord and teaching and doing this work, and you got videos of it, you know, you're prophesying against this devil and his kingdom. You know, there is always a chance they'll find a way to, you know, prosecute the brother preaching versus the dude that pulled a gun out on him. That's just the way it is. So, you know, I'm not mad at the dude that he didn't put him to death. Is he justified in doing it? Completely. Completely. I mean, even from a law enforcement standpoint, according to, you know, here in America, you know, this is complete self-defense. You know, that guy, once he disarmed him, you know, that guy who said that guy wouldn't try to get that firearm back and, you know, off him and try to blow him away, man. You know, but we have to meditate on this situation, man, for the entire body. You know, of to be ready and prepared. You know, because these devils are coming down with great wrath because they know they have but a short time. It's in the spirit, not just the elites, but it's a spirit. These Edomites can feel they have a short time, and they're getting desperate. You know, but hey, look, the men of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai will always prevail, man. Some of us will be made martyrs, but you know, a lot of us, we're not really gonna be going out like that, man. People just coming up and trying to off us. Nah, man, the spirit did what it did, so we're not worried about nothing, man. Spirit's gonna handle whatever situation brothers are gonna be in. And this is what we mean by, you know, we put our lives on the line for you people and for this truth. Because it's no joke. You would think that somebody with scriptures in his hand and reading out of a Bible on his phone would be harmless enough to where everybody would leave you alone. No. It stirs up spirits, man. And you got people that got heavy demons on them that want you to stop bringing up that word so bad that they're willing to kill you for reading something out of the scriptures, for just reading. It's insane. Reading out of the Bible apparently is a threat enough to where this guy felt the need to pull a gun out on him. It's clearly this dude had demons on him, man. But it's not a light thing when we're out there, man. You know, it's heavy, the work that we're doing. This is the book of Hebrews 4:12. It says, "For the word of Yahweh is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart." Right, man. So this word, when you're reading it, it cuts through, you know, any type of mask that people might have on. And anybody walking by and is hearing these words come out, everybody individually gets affected by that word a certain way that they need to be. Okay, so if it's a heathen, a real damn demon, a devil, you know, that is extremely wicked, they can't stand hearing those words. You know, it's just like you watch movies of exorcisms and things like that, and they start reading out the Bible verses and stuff like that. Those demons and the exorcism always turn up. Like, you know, the person's floating out of bed, crawling up the wall, trying to get them to stop reading the scriptures. You know, so that's the exact same way why this guy reacted the way he did. Okay? That word is sharp, so it was cutting through the spirit, and he wanted it to stop. You know, and the spirit had that happen to see if the brother would be intimidated enough to stop. You know, but hey, we don't have to stop for nobody, man. But the brother, you know, used wisdom. He tried his best to de-escalate, and he de-escalated enough to distract him with his words to get a hand of that weapon and disarm the dude, and then beat the fuck out of him, man. Beat the brakes off that dude. And you know, I wish he did put him to death too. You know, everybody was kind of hoping that he would hear the gunshot and, you know, he the brother would stand up fine, and the other dude just be left leaking on the ground, man, and get out of there. But it's a whole process with that. The brother probably would have ended up going to prison for a while until he went to trial and then got him off. But it's always risky taking a life, so you got to be real strategic and cautious when you do so. But in times we coming in Jacob's trouble, when there is no society, there's no law. Hey, it's all hands on deck at that point, man. That's me personally. There's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be, without mercy, out of there. Especially I got Caesar protect on self defense. But hey, look, you people let this that's tuning in and watching Hebrew Israelites. Hey, we ain't no fucking choir boys, man. Especially brothers of a GMS. Brothers are trained. A lot of brothers have martial art experience. A lot of brothers served in the military. You got brothers that are certain camps, man. Especially brothers over in Chicago. They literally winning gold medals and winning tournaments and championships in fucking jiu-jitsu, man. Literally. Like just taking over. So is that somebody you really want to fuck around with, man?
Pronounce? Yes, basically. So, class, you now believe in Jesus? Yes, basically. Fire! You are merely trying to swindle me by pretending you are now righteous to sin.
As a scene out of that this clip is on. You can find this clip on movie clips on YouTube. Okay, so fair use. All right, this is not for any type of profit or gain. This is for educational purpose only. Just share the public clip that's on YouTube. You can find where this is out of the movie The Book of Clarence. Okay, they clip this scene where you see John the Baptist, comes in contact with Clarence, the character Clarence, and slaps the shit out of him. Okay, you gotta understand that the prophets, man, are austere, stern, strict man, and we'll put hands on you, man. Okay, not afraid to do it. Brothers have seen it personally. I've seen it personally. Brothers have had to do this shit, man. Put hands on people. And Edomites that come up and fuck with us and try to spit on us, throw cards at us and shit. And I gotta get dealt with, man. It's literally happened, man. So, hey, above all, we're men, and men, handle business, man. And we're about our Father's business, and anybody or anything that tries to come in the way in that is gonna get dealt with. This is 2 Corinthians 10:3 says, "For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds." So we're pulling down the stronghold right now, chatting down this place just by reading these scriptures. You see how it's cutting people enough to where they feel like they got to pull out a gun on us. That's how bad it cuts. It's a discerner of spirits. And it's a sifting agent. Filters through, man. Okay? This is Isaiah 54:17. It says, "No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh, and their righteousness is of me, saith Yahweh." Right, man. So no weapon that anybody tries to do against us, it's not going to work. Okay? Anybody that the tongue rises up against, in judgment thou shalt condemn. So people that scoff and scorn, get on comment boards, men and women, y'all ain't not real prophets, y'all in a cult, you're this and that. Those are all, weapons and tongues that rise up against us. In judgment thou shalt condemn. So what we do, we just send curses on people. If they want to take it that far to get physical, we will defend ourselves. And you'll get that condemnation with your teeth on the concrete. Such as that brother handed out that righteous judgment, man. Okay? This is Matthew 26 and 52. It says, Then said Yahushua unto him, Put up again thy sword into his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. There you go, man. So you don't need a blicky, a gun, or anything like that, man, or a big knife on your hip while you're out there preaching. Your weapon is the scriptures. And if a demon want to get carnal or physical with you, then your weapons turn into them hands. Okay? So put your sword up into its place, because you got people like in Genesis and Sakari. They'll say, "Well, see, this is why we need to be prophesying with carrying weapons and stuff." Hey, you're not trusting in the spirit to deal. So that's a perfect example of how the spirit dealt and protected that brother. Did he need a gun to take away that dude's weapon? No. Okay, them hands. This is Psalms 144 and 1. It says, a psalm of David, Blessed be Yahweh, my strength, which teacheth my hands to war and my fingers to fight. So hey, look, the Lord teaches us how to fight, man. A lot of brothers are into, combat arts. At least every brother I've met in Great Millstone, is into like boxing. And as a kid, we all watched, as far as my age, we all watched DBZ. We can always, tell you we all watch the same, martial art movies, like the same favorites. Many brothers train in different arts, man. Me personally, I've done Kali, Taekwondo, wrestling. I've done a little bit of jiu-jitsu. Brothers get involved in a lot of different deadly arts, man. And that's the spirit of the Lord. Okay? This is Job 38 and 3. It says, Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and thou answer thou me. So when the act of girding up thy loins, that means in the ancient world, you had your clothing that you wore, the long garments, you would pick them up and wrap them up around your waist and basically turn them into pants. Like if you're wearing like a robe, you would pull it up in a fashion and put on a girdle and tie it around your waist until it turned into like pants. And the purpose of that is to get ready to fight. Okay, it says, For I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. So what the Lord demands of us is to go out there and labor and do this work. So we go out there like men, and we handle business like men, if need be. Now, we're not looking for a fight. This is Matthew 10 and 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. So we're not looking to go out there and antagonize people and start a fight. Some of y'all perceive it that way, that's what we're doing when we're actually cussing out people walking by or yelling at them. That's not us trying to pick a fight. That's a isolated individual incident of somebody that walked by that wasn't right in the spirit, and the Lord wanted them condemned. So the spirit will hop on the brother speaking, the prophet speaking at that time, to call them out. Such as we see a flaming, bundle of sticks walking by, twerking, grown ass man dressed up like a woman. And if they come right by the camp, right in front of the camp, more than likely, somebody's gonna call that shit out, man, and curse it out, man. So that's an isolated thing, but it doesn't mean we're trying to pick a fight, but it's just the spirit gets on us to speak and curse people out, when it needs to be. Okay? But as you can see in that video, that brother wasn't even cursing nobody out like that. He was just straight up reading out of the scriptures. And he politely, dismissed the guy, said, go up the street, calm down, go away. This isn't for you. And he got that type of treatment. So it doesn't matter, if where we we cussing out, yelling at somebody, coming hard or not, you know. These demons going to turn up regardless. But if they do, you know, we will be ready for them. The Spirit will prevail, you know. We just read in Psalm 144, the Lord in that moment will teach your hands to fight. You know, that brother may not even had any experience on how to disarm somebody. But you see how the Spirit guided his hands real smooth with it to get it out of him and then beat the fuck out of him, man. That's how it's going to work. So we're not worried about shit. You know, we don't see videos like that and get discouraged. Oh, man, if I go out there, I'm going to get shot. No, man, we're not worried about it. Spirit is with us. Spirit's always going to prevail, man. But this is for edification for the body, you know, to be prepared to deal with stuff like this. Like brother's been speaking on this and bringing it out. You know, hey, these Edomites, they turn it up. They're losing their shit. They're crashing out, man. These people are crashing out. And they want to blame us for it. Why? Because we told them everything would happen that's happening. And they chose to say, hey, I'm just going to look the other way, pretend like I didn't hear anything. If I ignore it, then that means it's not happening. But now they're experiencing it. It's hitting them and slapping them in the face, man. So they mad at us. As if we're the ones that brought it forth. No, man, the Lord brought this forth, man. Everything that's happening in this earth. And you're getting jacked up in your personal life, you bring that shit upon yourself. Because you wicked. They'll come blaming the prophets. You the one being wicked. Take some accountability for your own mistakes. You're getting judged for it. Everybody wants to shoot the messenger, man. Well, we're not no regular messengers, okay? You try to come after us for bringing you the message, hey, you might just get your head lopped off. Just saying, man. So, hey, man, just remember the scriptures, brothers. You know, be wise as serpents, harmless as doves. Always try to de-escalate and get out of there if you can. You know, and then don't let people get that close to you in the first place. Once they cross your bubble, you know, you got every right to begin laying hands on them right there. Have somebody immediately be ready to. Everybody's usually bringing up scriptures on your phone anyway. One brother at all times should be ready to hit the 911 button and pursue the beatdown after that. You know, and keep everything in camera recorded. And like the elder said, man, he said, hey, look, try not to go out by yourself if you can help it. You know, go out at least with one other brother, man. You know, this is why Apostle Tahar, you know, gave that order. You know, you should be trying to go with another brother if you can. If it's just you by yourself and you're the only prophet out there, then that's what it is. But go somewhere public where there's a lot of people that can, you know, record for you and be witnesses in case somebody do some bullshit. And most of the time, you'll have people that'll stand to your defense and they'll defend you. You won't have to do a damn thing. There's a lot of testimonies of brothers saying that they ain't had to do shit. Somebody was getting crazy against them and a bystander watched it and didn't like that and beat the brakes off of that person. You know, so Lord's will, this lesson is edifying. No, I'm going to go ahead and close out and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem HaKadosh, the honor to our apostles, elders, great millstone, touch the truth and will well, and citation to hope, likeness, truth, on sincerity. Shalom.